Well, what's up?
Go ahead.
Did you start it?
Yeah, it's going.
What's up, everybody? Outchy Brothers in Europe, part 2, 3.
3.
All right.
That's the third.
Rhodes. We're in Rhodes. We're probably not. I don't even think we're in Rhodes anymore. We were a little while ago.
No, yeah, we're still on the ship though.
Yep.
The sip. As,
Yeah, we're on the ship.
Pano says.
Bottles.
So who's your little friend?
And my little friend, this is Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe is part of our adventure yesterday and today and tomorrow. I mean, I'm assuming tomorrow. I don't know. But,
Absolutely.
yeah. So the three of us had some great days today, collectively.
3 great days.
Nick, kick it.
Okay, so we woke up at 11. Brett and I did because the alarm got shut off.
Oh my god. It's back.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
Actually,
what's up?
we should have watched the other one before we did this.
Oh, did we lose the other one?
So no, it's right there. Wow, guys.
Okay, well, first of all, we went to bed really late last night because we tore up the dance floor, and
Right.
you know what? Bobby Joe was a huge part of that.
That's right. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
Okay.
Yeah, you had some great moves,
Oh.
and she's fearless, which is a good quality to have when you're out on the dance floor. So the three of us, combined with our Aussie friends, we basically own the place. But that's why we got up at 11, because it was a really late night. We didn't get back to our room until about 1:45, 2 o'clock, and then Nick and I were wired. We couldn't fall asleep. I don't think I fell asleep till like 3:30. Maybe 4.
Yeah, me too. And, did you see me get up? Did you see me jump out of bed?
I didn't see
I had a
it.
dream that I swallowed something like maybe like the size of this atomizer, and like I literally jumped out of bed and like I was standing over here. I thought I freaking swallowed it. Dude. It was ridiculous. I was like gasping for air. It was scary.
Nick, dude, I have no recollection of that.
It sucked, dude. And I went into the bathroom. I was gonna try to like spit it out, and like there was nothing in my mouth, man. Anyway, it was a nightmare. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
I thought I swallowed
Good times. Nick went his own way, and Bobby Joe and I went off to the beach. We wanted to go to the beach. We went to the Purple Beach, which, as we've established a couple times before, but maybe you haven't seen it yet, it wasn't purple. Really kind of rocky, and according to Panos, it's not one of the rockiest beaches. It's not that big of a deal.
Which is
But it's painful. It's painful. It's hot.
really
It's
the sand is
kind
burning.
Yeah, but you go into the water, and the water's freezing, so
Right.
everything balances out. But because of all the rocks, you kind of sink down as the tide comes in and goes out. So before we knew it, we were like a little bit deeper than we thought, having not moved at all.
No.
And then when we got back to our seats that we kind of didn't rent,
No. But we didn't
the woman
go.
Oh,
came
you gotta
up
pay
and it
for
was
those?
like 70
Yeah.
euros
Yeah, I
or
was
something.
afraid of that. I was gonna
And
try
then
to
the
sit down.
umbrellas.
But then they were done. They were folding them up in a half an hour anyway. So
we
were
just
like,
left.
We'll just go.
We played the American card. Oh, we didn't know. We
Oh,
don't speak
yeah, we're
Greek.
stupid
We don't-
Americans.
Yeah, so we went and we and then we.
But
Oh.
you were so much braver. You actually went.
Oh, yeah.
I went
up the
swimming.
crazy ladder thing.
Yeah. We don't really have a good picture of it, but if you can picture a huge like staircase in the middle of the Aegean Sea,
Right in the middle of
there's a diving board in the. It was right like, in the dead center. It took me a really long time to get there, but anyway, there's a really high diving board off the top of it. There's a bunch of Greek kids doing like flips off of it and stuff and dives and this crazy. They were laying down on their stomachs and then like flipping off of it. It was ridiculous. But I finally got the courage up to actually jump off because a Greek kid counted me down. He's like, come on, you gotta jump. And I was like, and he's like 3, 2, 1. I'm like, oh my god! And I jumped off. And I spread my arms instead of putting them to my side, so I slapped the water and like hurt my hand. And the kid saw me. He's like, you gotta close. I'm like, ah. He goes, yeah. It sucked, but it was fun. I did it.
Once.
Once. And then I have one more story. Right, you guys.
You'd have done it. I would have done it.
Right.
I'll admit it.
One more quick story for me, and then I'll let them talk. I saw when I was at the top of the town that they had free internet and like 2 restaurants that were up there. So it's like awesome. I can go get my computer, bring it up, and upload these videos and upload some pictures. So it was like sweet. So I went back, showered, came back up to the restaurant, sat down, ordered my food, opened up my laptop, and tried to connect to the wireless. And both that were showing up were locked and password protected. And I asked the guy, I was like, "Oh, what's your password for your wireless?" And he goes, "Oh, that's next door." I sat down in the restaurant in between the 2 that had wireless, and the guy next door wouldn't give me his password. So I was like, I asked the guy that was working at the restaurant, I'm like, "Can you ask them to give me the password because I really need internet?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he takes my computer, picks my laptop up, and goes next door with it, and,
Which
into
is
the restaurant.
why- like, you just
And I'm
don't do
like,
that with Nick's computer anyway.
That's my $1,500 computer he's walking off with, and he's like talking to the guys for a while, and then he comes back and he's like, "They say you need a card for the internet." I'm like, "It's built in. It's built in." They didn't know what I was talking about, and then
they did.
And then one of the guys that works there comes over. He's like, "They just don't want to give you the password." And I was like, "Awesome." So all I had was €8 on me, and I had spent it all on garlic bread, French fries,
This
and
was
a Coke.
at the
which
place
I,
you thought where you were
right,
going to get the internet.
exactly.
Oh.
So I didn't. And it just sucked. And then I panicked because I didn't think I had enough money. So I waited till the guys weren't looking, and they all went inside. I put my money down and ran, because if in case it wasn't enough for my food, I wasn't gonna. What was I gonna do? It was awkward. It was an awkward moment.
And then we stopped at a little cafe. Well, first we had to decide which cafe, because all three of them were. There was 3 in a row that were like fighting for the business, which they do here.
Yeah. Oh God, we know
But the
about
3
that.
of them came out at the same time. We're like, "You come here," and the other guy's like, "No, you come here."
Yeah.
So
And it was
I
getting,
made
like,
Brett
volatile.
decide, and we just went into the middle.
You know,
'Cause-
you say that, but actually, I was having fun with it. I'm like, huh? You? Huh?
Oh
You,
no!
you,
I was
you,
like,
you?
just decide.
And
It
we
was
just
embarrassing,
went,
and it was.
yeah.
I felt uncomfortable.
It
So
was,
we just
it
went
was.
into the middle one, and we just sat and had a iced coffee.
We had a
A
couple of
frappe.
a frappe.
And,
It was really good. There
frappe.
was ice cream in it,
Mhm.
and
And we were right in front of that big fountain where all the pigeons are.
mm,
And we just people watched.
we people
and,
watched for a long time.
for a really long time.
It was great. We were
It was
inventing
great.
stories and figuring out, and we were probably
Yeah.
right on every single
Oh,
account.
absolutely. Yes.
Oh, and then I spilled some. There was something in my coffee at the
That's
very
funny.
end. I bit into something, and you know what? It like exploded in my mouth. I felt like it was nasty. It could have been a bug, honestly.
Ah.
And I was like, and I like drew, and coffee came out of my mouth and landed on my shirt, and it stained.
Like the bugs from the Mummy.
That's what it
That
felt
was-
like. Yeah, beat it, like some sort of like. Anyways, and so I'm like, so I was getting up and I was trying to get out and I was like knocking things over. So I went and I talked to the guy in the back and he said, "Oh no, don't worry." So he gets some like laundry detergent and he gets it and he puts it in some water and he's like, he grabs my shirt and he's like, and I'm like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, I prefer to do this to the women, but it's okay." And I was like, "Oh, all right." So he basically cleans my shirt and he's like, "It'll be perfect. It'll be €100." And I'm like, "Ah." And he's like, "Yeah." So I walk out and then Bobby Joe had to use the washroom.
Yeah, and I didn't understand what was happening, but when I went to go to the washroom, the guy says to me, "Oh, I washed you too," and I had no idea because he hadn't told me.
And I
the
looked at the
rest
guy,
of
I was
the
like,
story.
yeah,
And I
okay,
had no
mister.
idea until we came out. I'm like, "That guy's really weird. He told me he washed me. I don't." So now I understand. But anyway, so then we made it back onto the ship.
Yeah.
Almost made it in time for dinner. And
Well,
except
you did.
guys got
Well, we showed up in
for
shorts.
blue and
Oh,
white
yeah,
night.
right.
Blue and white night.
Greek
Yeah, that's
night.
right.
Greek night.
So
We were-
dinner was pretty good.
Yeah, it was all right. We
Better
sat
than
with a
usual.
couple of people that we hadn't met before. We were really nice people. And then after that, we went and we saw the what?
The Greek show.
The Greek
That's right,
show.
the Greek show. It was Greek dancing night at the
Yeah.
stage. I don't know, though, in the Aquamarine Ballroom.
Lounge, the
The
lounge.
lounge. So that was cool.
I
we
wanted to
actually
stay
stayed
for a
the
second
show.
viewing, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
We got up to leave as soon as the dancers were coming like right past us. So we had to sit down quickly.
but we were
Pretend like
also
we
with
weren't
our
leaving.
Aussie friends too,
Mm-hmm.
and that was really great because we all
Very
met
cool.
last night, and now we had a chance to kind of get together at the end of the day today. And then we went and briefly checked out karaoke, which was
Briefly.
very unpleasant.
Yes.
Very.
And that was it. And so, no, I'm forgetting one thing.
We did the whole walk outdoors. We almost did the Titanic.
Yeah,
thing.
we did it with the reverse Titanic thing. We thought we were going to the front of the boat. We ended up in the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Whatever. But Bobby Joe has a Miyachi now.
I do.
And I knew that she would be good at it just because she's an anesthesiologist and she uses her hands and I don't know.
Yep.
I guess you have to use your hands for a lot of things. I mean, I could
Yeah,
say
the
she was a
most-
chef.
yeah.
I could say she drove a bus. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
But I don't know. I had a feeling, and you were awesome. She stuck almost every single throw that I had, which is good. And Nick, you've experienced it.
She's good.
Natural.
She needs to work on her passing a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Passing not so good.
Do you like it though? You like
I
it?
do. I think it's very
Alright, good,
cool.
'cause
She has
I
her
like
own-
we
it.
don't want to force you to play.
No, I like it. We were
Alright.
playing it the whole way back from coffee.
It was really, really fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We'll have to play tomorrow with everybody.
Yes.
Definitely.
All right, so-
that's the day in a nutshell.
That's
Not
day
in a
3 in
nutshell.
Rhodes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, where's it?
Patmos first.
Patmos, and then we're going
And
to
you guys are getting
Turkey.
up at 5:30.
5:30.
Yeah, we get up
Woohoo!
early.
Awesome. And
And
it's almost 12:30 now.
Kusadasi.
Dasi
Close
for
enough.
Ephesus.
Ephesus. So
All
that's
right.
it from us, Outchy Brothers in Europe with